first ingredient on this cheesecake, it's got to be the crust. And first ingredient in the crust is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now, my wife picked these up at Aldi. These are graham cracker cinnamon. She also got graham cracker honey. And I thought, well, why not? It's the holidays. Why don't we just use a little cinnamon? Sadie wants out just a minute. Need 1.5 cups of them. And I don't know how much this actually makes. So I got 3 of these little individually wrapped packages, so I'll do one at a time and we'll find out. I will tell you that Aldi's prices beats a living fool out of Walmart's when it comes to stuff like this. And this is going to be my first time making cheesecake. My son-in-law made one. Boy, it was good. It wasn't a true cheesecake though. It was still good. But he used, for every 8 ounces of Cool Whip, you use 1 8-ounce thing of Philadelphia cream cheese. Mix that together. So equal parts Cool Whip and cream cheese. And then you can add like some crushed pineapple to it. That's what he did. Mixed all that up together and put it in a pie crust. Oh, it was good. Now, I could have just purchased an a graham cracker crust at Aldi for 85 cents. But what would we learn? We wouldn't learn nothing. So I thought I would try this. Got the graham crackers in a Ziploc bag. I've got me a wooden cutting board here and a can of chili. I don't know what that chili got to do with that graham cracker crust. Here's what it's got to do with it. Beat them crackers up. What do you think about that, huh? This can has got the rounded bottom, so I'm not so worried about cutting through the bag. One of these days, I'm going to try to make my own graham crackers. How would that work? Alright. See how much we got there. Oh, the oven's preheated. Look at there, look at there. 1.5 cups. And just so y'all know, this is a 14.4 ounce box. Like I said, it was wrapped up into 3 of these packs. So, now you learn something. 1 pack of this is 1.5 cups. Which means that 14.4 ounces would give you 4.5 cups. So remember that. Might come in handy. Alright, so we got our graham crackers. Now I've got to get the rest of the ingredients. We'll mix this up. So the rest of the ingredients for the pie crust, for the cheesecake crust, is 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 1/3 of a cup of butter. Don't y'all be going out there buying that old nasty ass margarine now. Use real butter, it's better for you. Okay? So that's the ingredients to make the crust. Now what I'm not going to show you is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to take this butter and warm it up, soften it up just a little bit in the microwave, and then come back out here and we're going to use that mixer to mix this up real good. So we'll soften up that butter a little bit. So there goes our 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs and 3 tablespoons of sugar and 1/3 cup of butter. Everything's better with butter. We'll come back after this is all mixed up. Well, here we are, mixing up the pie crust. Well, it looks like it works pretty good to me. We'll come back when we're mixing up cream cheese. What I have here is a non-stick spring-form pan. If you've never used a spring-form pan, they're pretty darn cool. You unsnap this and it allows the outside to come off, leaving your cake or pie or whatever sitting on the bottom piece. It's slicker than snot on a doorknob. But speaking of slicker than snot on a doorknob, it is non-stick, but I don't know if I'm supposed to put butter on this. Nowhere in the instructions or directions did it say anything about spraying it with oil, putting butter on it, anything. So, I'm not going to this time. We're going to find out what happens. Alright. Well, let me show you. This mixer's been doing a good job. Very nice. Alright, so I'm supposed to just be able to put these in here and press them down and that'd be a pie crust. Alright, let's see if I can do it. I ain't never done this before. Always the first time though. All right. I will tell you this. I'm glad I chose the cinnamon flavor. Boy, that right there tastes good. I'm sort of stealing this idea from watching the Philadelphia cream cheese video. They used a measuring cup, metal measuring cup with a flat bottom to do this. Just supposed to press your crust, make it nice and, pack it and make it smooth. Don't look like it's much different than pouring concrete to me. Well, I reckon. Well, we got us a pie crust. So, It's time to mix up the goodies. Well, folks, I thought I pretty much had everything I needed to make this cheesecake. But they said I'm supposed to use a 9-inch springform pan, and this one's only 2 3/4 inches. I hope it don't overflow. All right. Well, now on with the good part. What you're gonna need here, folks, is 4 eggs, 4 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. It could be Philadelphia brand cream cheese, but this I got mine from Aldi. Ain't it funny? Same color package. And if you look on the back of them, same calories, same everything. The only thing I don't like about it is just 1 ounce is 95 milligrams of sodium. Whew. Okay. And we're going to need a cup of sugar, which, if you've been paying attention to my wine videos, a cup of sugar is a 1/2 pound. One old guy, he commented, he says, well, you need to get you some better scales. You know, get you some scales if you're going to measure that out. And I'm going like, damn dude, it's a cup. It's a cup, I know. Oh. We found out when we was making that wine, I think it was the wine. Anyway, we found out that a 4-pound bag held 8 cups of sugar. There we go. Maybe a smidgen, but we're just a smidgen, ain't gonna hurt nothing. There we go. Alright. And a teaspoon of vanilla. This happens to be Watkins brand pure vanilla extract. Whew. I like it. Alright, let me get this all going and we'll be back. Now what I'm going to do so I don't waste any of this vanilla is I'm just going to put it right here on the sugar. And that way I make sure it all gets mixed in good. One teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oh man. Woo! You know it's extract when I knock you down. Woo! Alright. So, what we want to do is we want to get our cream cheese and our sugar blended real well, and once it's all blended, then we're going to start adding in the eggs one at a time. Well, folks, I gotta tell you, I ain't never done this before. This is my first time to ever try to bake a cheesecake. Other than that kind you just buy the little mix and mix it up and stick it in the refrigerator like jello. But to actually bake a cheesecake, this is my first time to ever do it. And all I can do is tell you, don't be scared. You out there and try something. And hopefully this will turn out. Now, the instructions say, the recipe says to bake this at 325 degrees for, I believe it's 55 minutes. However, if you're using the dark non-stick springform pan, it's supposed to only do it at 300 degrees. So I don't know if that's considered a dark springform non-stick pan or not, but it is non-stick, and I'm not going to be prejudiced as to what color it is. So we're going to bake mine at 300 degrees. And so all we got to do now is just pour this off into the cake pan, and hopefully we'll have us a cheesecake directly. I hope so. Oh, I hope so. And the thing of it is, I'm not going to know for about 6 hours, maybe even longer, because what you're supposed to do, according to the recipe, is after it bakes, you're supposed to take it out of the oven and let it cool. And then you're supposed to put it in the refrigerator for 4 or 5 hours to let it sit. So I reckon if I got the patience enough to make homemade wine, I can wait a few hours on some cheesecake. But let me tell you what, it ain't gonna be easy for me to wait on cheesecake. Alright, let's see if we can get this poured in. Alright, let's go put it in the oven. Okay, so I've got it put in the oven, 300 degrees, and I got the timer set 55 minutes. It's 55, not 50. So I reckon I'll just sit here and lick the bowl and wait for about an hour for that to bake. We'll be back. Well, folks, I gotta be kind of quiet. It's after midnight. And I did so want to show you this cheesecake while it was still in the oven, because it come all the way to the top of this pan. I mean, filled this pan plumb up, and then after it comes back to room temperature, you can see that it shrunk back down. So I had to find out, why did it do that? And it appears that what I did is I mixed it too much. And by mixing it too much, adding in them eggs, what happened is I introduced a lot of air. And so it fluffed up, and then when it cooled, it condensed back down, and I got this big crack in it. But it sure does look good. Is it crack in there? I reckon that's why you see so many people make a cheesecake and before they take a picture of it, they cover it up with fruit. And I have, I did buy a can of cherry pie filling, and I could cover this with that cherry pie filling, and even it across there. That'd be so pretty. You know, I think I might just do that. Nah, let's cut into it, see what it tastes like. I know what the cherry pie filling tastes like. I have to be quiet. I teased my wife. I told her, I said, this has to cool in the oven for a while. For several hours. I said, I'll wake you up. I'll be back at midnight. And when I turned on the light in there, oh, she covered up. Didn't want to be bothered. I just love this time of year. There's no calories in anything. Folks, we got us a winner. That's good. It really is. So, what I found out by looking on the internet is that I mixed it too much, putting in the eggs. Now you're supposed to put the eggs in one at a time and, you know, fold them in and all that. But I was so excited to have my new mixer. I was letting that sucker run. But it sure didn't hurt the taste none. Man, you're talking about good. Another thing, they do recommend that you spray the inside of the non-stick springform pan. Go ahead and spray it with some kind of, you know, oil, or wipe it down with butter or something, so that you don't have any sticking on the pan. And I must say that this non-stick pan did pretty good. I mean, there's just a little bit that, you know, stuck in there, just very, very little. It's coming right off. So folks, this is the first time old PawPaw ever made a cheesecake, and it's not going to be my last. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, and have a wonderful day, and a better tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. You can leave now. there. What y'all looking at? There's nothing to see here. Pay no attention to the man with the cheesecake. Y'all go on. Well, I mean,